All right, we just dug some eBay boxes out of the snow, and I was happy as hell with what came in today. First of all, we had some kind of like bargain grab. Let's just zoom in here a little bit. Uh, you know, I know this guy's a Dark Angel, right? And I've always thought this little dude was cool. I'm sure I could do something with him, right? Probably not gonna do anything with him. Uh, but this guy is interesting. Don't know what the hell's going on here. Very cool model. He has a Shuriken pistol. So that's going to be pretty cool for our Rogue Trader games because everybody's going to want a model to represent their character. And I already know somebody that's going to want to be running Shuriken pistols and whatnot. This just seems like a fitting model. I don't know what this guy is. He looks very cool. The armor is very exotic. And he's got this cool sword and he's got a Shuriken pistol. So does not look like Eldar to me. And it also came with just like some broken ass, you know, Terminator, which, hey, I can make him into scrap, maybe make him some base art to actually compare what one of the old school Terminators look like next to a Custody nowadays. And Custodies are a little bit taller than the old school Terminators. What is this? This one's from Terminator 1995, baby. So right in the mid 90s. This was a 90s Terminator. But yeah. So that's what came in one of the bundles. Cool. And this was mostly for parts for this little guy. And really, I wanted this thing. This thing. I don't even know what it is. Very cool. I know someone that'll be excited about it. But then we move on to the creme de creme. This is what I've been waiting for. This little guy right here. I present to you one of the rarest Warhammer models that you'll never probably see in real life unless you live in Great Britain. This is the Squat to lead all squats. When I first saw that this guy was even a model, I just could not believe it. I was researching squats. You know, I had a couple Chaos squats with Exo armor. And I was like, what's the squat version of Exo armor? I started looking around and I noticed that they made this guy. First of all, he's got this badass little hammer. Right? The hammer looks good. He looks like he's just going to smash some fools with it. And then he has this big-ass gun, which has a nice flat surface on it for some decals or whatever. I don't know. It looks like some kind of minigun. Takes up his whole arm. And look at his face. Absolutely love his face. He's got like a dish around him. Like there's like this dish around his head. I don't know if there's supposed to be like something that goes over that. That would have been cool. And then we have his face. This guy actually looks like a Squat Terminator. This is just the perfect marriage between a Squat and a Terminator, just IMO. This is what he looks like. Very rare model. Okay, it took me, let me actually just put him down. It took me the better part of a year just to find one of these that I could actually get. That is searching the whole internet all the time. I put up notifications on some of these like auction sites. If you get this guy in, let me know. Finally, about a month ago, I did get an email saying that this model was in, and I snagged him up instantly because you can't even find him anywhere else. This guy is so rare. I don't even know if I'm gonna strip all the paint off of him. All right, I know that this stand comes apart right here. I could pull it off if I want to. It seems like somebody actually did put a little bit of effort into painting him. I don't know if I'll be able to save that. I'm just really trying to figure out what I want to do with him. For now, I'm just happy to have him in my collection because nobody else will. And he's really cool to look at. I dig his armor. They did with his little legs. I don't know. It seems like this guy was just molded a head above the rest as far as the squats go. I haven't seen any other like Terminator units like this guy. Maybe he was supposed to be like the poster boy for that and they were supposed to make more. He does have the banner that he's rocking, but just the hammer and the weapon that he's got, this thing just looks badass. Can't wait to give it amazing stats, right? And I love the headpiece on him. It just looks phenomenal. I love what they did. I wish they would have kept making squats like this. This guy just looks killer. Now, obviously, we can't judge it by the paint. But somebody did put in a little bit of effort here. They tried to make this guy look good. yeah, I don't know what to think about this. I don't know if this can be saved, but I don't know. Got a lot of choices to make. I'm just glad he's here. He's in my collection. He can be used for Road Trader games, and comparing him to an actual custodian. Let's see. Here's a custodian I just built. Yeah, that's quite the difference right there. He literally is a little wee man, but he's a wee man in some Squat Terminator armor. I wouldn't want to get smacked with that hammer. I sure as hell wouldn't want to get shot with that gun. I would think that squats would just have some amazing firepower because they would lack movement. Right. This also isn't a normal Custodes. This is an Indominus Custodian. Right. I made them from Indominus Space Marines because I like the way that they're running. So these are my Shield Custodes. It looks about right. He goes like up to his chest. I mean, considering the Custodes is leaning forward and running. Very cool model. I think this actually completes my squat collection. I have a gang of Chaos Squats, and now I actually have a gang of squats with like some plasma guns and some las cannons or whatever this is. A heavy squat bolter. I don't know. I'll have to make some stats up for that, but I actually have, a little gang to fight the Chaos Squats, and we have an Orc gang as well. We have some pretty cool Orc pieces, very rare ones, and I think Gangs of New Orc is just about all. I mean, we're done collecting models for it, so I even have a bunch of little Gretchen, right? So all this other stuff, I'm just gonna use it as parts. I'm gonna do something with this little guy. He's getting paint stripped off of him. Right, and we're definitely gonna clean this thing up. I want to call him a guy. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna definitely clean this thing up. I dig the eagle on his shoulder. Looks pretty good. The other shoulder is like pretty empty. You could probably put something there. But again, he's got a shrieking pistol, and he's got some kind of, almost looks like a damn bone sword or something that he ripped off a Hive Tyrant. Could be a very cool model. I'm going to have to find a backpack. This guy looks like he takes a pretty epic backpack. So we will see. A lot of fun stuff. Oh, and one of the best things that came in. This was a problem. I got this book. These books are like $150, and I was not going to pay that. I found a used one. Offer them $70 for it. Yo, it's snowing outside and there's like 3 feet of snow. I found this book buried in the fucking snow. I mean, the wrapping paper was like ripped off the top. It was ripped off the bottom. There was soggy book pages hanging out everywhere. Some of these places, well, you know what? I looked up the details. The shop that sold this to me is in California, so they're obviously not thinking of snow, and they're not thinking of, I mean, you could have just wrapped this shit in plastic or something before you put it out in the mail to get sent to Michigan. Yeah, I mean, somebody should have thought of that. I'm glad I found this thing as soon as I did. It doesn't seem to be ruined. The pages are still pretty good. And it's not printer paper, like one of the last books that I tried to buy. So this was cool. Rogue Trader book. I needed this so I could use some of these models in an actual D&D Rogue Trader setting. So it's part of the reason why I'm buying some of these little custom models like this guy right here. I'm pretty sure my buddy Sam is going to use this as a character. He wanted to play some kind of Rogue Trader pirate that had, shrieking stuff, or an Eldari, an Eldar that's pretending to be part of the Imperial forces, which is, I guess, kind of what this guy actually kind of looks like, considering the pistol and the weird sword. I don't know. Going through the rules right now, just trying to figure everything out, but it should be a very fun game. It's going to be D&D in the future, y'all, and I will keep you all posted. If you guys want to support my work and the difficult choices I have to make on eBay, make sure to hit like and subscribe. It's one of the simplest ways you can support me and live in my life. Later, everybody.